that's music to my ears. Welcome back. Oh, this is beautiful. Marty. I don't want to ever... Marty. Not,
It's my jam.
No, I don't want to hear your voice.
11th grade, maybe.
I don't want to hear your voice for the first 45 minutes of this podcast. It's
not very fair.
I've heard enough of you. And to my surprise, I've heard enough of Rory.
Thanks, man.
I've heard enough of Samira.
Did she even talk on the podcast?
She did. Sentence.
She did. And she was just here. She was here. That was enough. I've heard enough of Peter. I've heard enough of Peter's Joe Budden impression. I've had enough of all of it. Unfortunately, listeners, I'll name this podcast later. I wouldn't know what episode this is because I gladly skipped over the 2 episodes that I missed.
We had some very important conversations.
Well, let me answer each of you individually. How do I know they were bad? Because the first week that I was gone, I said, "Hey, let me check out my podcast," and I played it, and I cringed. And I played it until I could not take any more.
Did you get the Ty Dolla $ign phone call?
We're going to talk about all of these things.
I missed you. I missed all of this.
And then the second week, because I was present at that 2002 interview that Peter and myself did, I really didn't want to hear that either. It was cool for the novelty of it.
It was pretty cool.
But I looked at it as you guys did such a fuck-ass job while I was gone that we just had to do something. We had to syndicate something.
It wasn't that. It was more like give the listeners Joe because that's really why they're here. And we can't give them the real you because you're gone. So here we are.
Stupid me. I put maybe a bit too much faith in you guys' brains.
Guys, I think we held it down.
That is the problem. That is exactly why we're having this conversation. You think you held it down. Now, off of that, I won't bash my contemporaries for too much. That's a lie. I will bash them regularly throughout this show. But good to be back.
We're glad to have you.
I don't need your applause.
Why am I the only one applauding Roy?
I don't need anything. I don't need anything from either of you. I just want to listen to me talk to the people for all of 2 minutes because I don't have much to say. I was away. I was on a sabbatical for a little over 2 weeks, closer to 3 weeks. And I was away with no phone and no Wi-Fi and no television. So I got my phone for about 40 minutes a day, but you can't really text all your hoes in 40 minutes. 40 minutes really flies by when that's all the time that you have. And I'm joking, I don't have any hoes. But
convicted murderers get more time on the phone than you.
Yeah.
Do they really? They get more than 40 minutes a day?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they can
nice country, this America.
Yeah, way to go, America. Speaking of America, and I don't talk politics, and I certainly don't plan on doing it now, but Jeb Bush is running.
So wait, is he the son or like the nephew? What is that?
He's George Bush's brother.
I don't care. I just care that his name is Jed. I don't.
No, it's Jeb. It's not Jed.
Is it
even
Jeb?
worse? Jeb. It's even fucking worse.
Oh my God, man.
I'm Team Hillary.
I don't want.
I'm team neither because can I get a different last name to lie to me? Why does it have to be Bush's and Clinton's for the past fucking 10, 20 years? Can I just get a new last name?
It's been a lot of Bushes.
I need Michelle to run.
Can a new last name lie to me for a change?
Michelle from Lust?
Yeah, definitely. That's who I want. Wait, Titties and Beer Michelle?
Yeah.
I love her.
Well, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, she should run too.
Shut up, Marissa. She should run too. Yeah, I don't want Jeb. What kind of name is that?
It's like some hillbilly shit.
All right, so that's off on a little side rant. So yeah, I have no idea about anything that has occurred over the last month or so. I was released. When was that? Friday.
You were rehabilitated?
Yeah, Friday I returned from my spiritual journey better than ever. A brand new man even. And all that's occurred since then is Rachel, the transracial girl, and Troy Ave's album sales. Those are the only two things that have occurred which kind of makes life seem really meaningless. And I don't have a take on either.
Do you want to get in? Anyone else want to get into any of those things?
Well, I need to talk to Rachel and tell her how great this being white thing is, and she should really embrace it.
That shit is so nuts. And they're comparing it to Bruce Jenner and his trans.
I know, transgender.
Yeah,
and I do
think of the word.
and I do see people, do see people saying that those two situations are absolutely nothing alike, and I disagree. I do think they're alike.
I really can't call it.
Does Marissa's grill, hoop earrings, and red hair put her in the transracial category?
What?
Marisa probably might be one of the first transracials.
Yeah. You really led the path.
Yeah, no, honestly, you're another one that doesn't embrace your whiteness.
I do embrace it. I'm very proud to be half Polish.
I don't think you are.
No, I am.
Nothing of you have on a Dipset mesh basketball,
like a rec jersey.
I found it. So I made this in 10th grade, and I found it in my mom's house this weekend when I was visiting, and now I had to wear it. It has my name on the back too. It says Rissa.
Okay, so you made that 4 years ago.
Wait,
and now
12.
you're wearing it.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily scream Polish. Your earrings. You have these big hoop Claire's earrings.
They probably are honestly from Claire's.
They don't necessarily scream Polish.
Maybe Forever 21.
You've got a nose ring that really doesn't scream.
My Aunt Linda has a nose ring. She's very 100% Polish.
Your nose ring doesn't. You have a nose ring coupled with a grill in your mouth.
I don't have a grill in right now.
You have the fangs in, or are those just
no?
fillings?
That's my retainer.
Oh,
it's a permanent retainer.
But you do wear a grill.
Yeah, on occasion.
On more than an occasion. Yeah. On mad occasions.
I do quite often wear a grill.
Yeah, and then you take pictures with it, showing it off like you're fucking. You've got an identity complex.
I don't.
But that doesn't scream Polish. You've got. What else doesn't say Polish about Marisa?
I don't know. What is supposed to, am I supposed to wear the Polish flag and eat a pierogi every time I see somebody?
Do you have on Dunks?
No, these are Vans.
Well, that could be Polish.
Yeah.
What else is about you?
Nothing.
Burgundy hair in a bun?
Yeah, but that's not.
Your job doesn't scream Polish.
Yeah, I mean, Peter Rosenberg's Jewish.
Your love life doesn't scream Polish.
I do love me some black men. Hey.
All right, I'm all for Marisa. So the transracial girl. Yeah, I agree with Rory on this one and Louis C.K. because I won't let Rory fucking plagiarize ever again on this show. Did Bill Burr say that? Rory?
No, Bill Burr did not say that.
You got to make sure Rory hasn't listened to Bill Burr. But yeah,
I'm sure he would agree though.
I've never been white. Shocker, shocker.
Really?
Shut up, Marisa. But I would assume that being white is pretty cool.
Yeah, it has its perks.
But I can't appreciate, black people. I got an issue with black people. So the white girl dresses up like a black girl to help black people. And black people are mad.
I don't think it's that. It's the part of.
I don't get it.
No.
Don't you dare help us.
Yeah. No, I think that part is
part
is appreciated. It's just the fact that it's such a heavy fabricated lie that it's like, how fucking psycho are you? You fucking hired a dad, and she really went all out, and then she made up a history about getting whipped in Africa. I saw that somewhere. She's really
so we're mad at her for being a liar, a good liar.
There's plenty of liars.
I mean, I guess she's really playing the part, if that's the case.
That's a pretty good liar
really good
to me.
Method actor.
I would think so.
Yeah. Right.
Well, she's a woman. Women are meticulous that way.
We are. We make up really good random details.
Yeah, exactly. That's one. And two.
And we're too lazy to fact check.
Yeah.
As men. We don't really give a shit.
Two, I'm sure she's done. I saw her exit letter that she wrote. It was very well written. And I'm sure she's done some great things for Spokane, the Spokane department of the NAACP. But does anybody really care about this? I'm just sick of the fucking fake outrage.
She's gonna fucking cash out on this though. She's gonna do all these interviews. She's gonna write a book. She's gonna do all that.
Where did people first learn about this?
I think her parents just randomly did an interview. I don't know how that got to mainstream media though, but
her parents, I think, released photos of her being white, and no one gave a shit until the interview went viral when they asked, "Are you African American?" And she paused OD and was like, I don't understand the question. It's like, are you African American?
The video looked edited,
and then she walked away.
No?
Oh, I don't know. I only saw the 15-second clip. I didn't take time to watch the whole thing.
It's how can you answer that like that for real?
So the parents support white power and they're haters.
Well, now what I'm hearing now is that her brother was accused of rape, and she's defending.
Oh yeah,
the accuser.
Feminist Twitter was going nuts over the brother possibly being a rapist because it has to be true.
Well, she was no. They're saying
no man could ever just
but they're saying
be accused
that
of it.
She's defending the victim, and that's why the parents outed her.
Yo, real quick, I love the way that we relay information to the listeners. Yo, what I'm hearing out there, that's all we got. Like, is that what we're giving them?
Yep.
Yo, what I'm hearing from some sources. Yo, the brother,
AKA
that nigga,
my timeline.
Yeah, the brother was wilding.
This person I just started following that I know nothing about.
That is what that means, right?
That is absolutely what that means. I definitely saw everything I just said on Twitter.
Okay, so that's all I've got.
Well, when it's topics I don't typically care too much about, I will only get my information from Twitter.
Yeah.
If it's something that I think maybe I need to know more about, I'll go onto a credible news site.
Like Troy Ave's album sales.
Great segue
we were texting
there.
About that.
That is a great segue to speak about Troy Ave's album sales.
Yes.
Did we get a final count? Because it has been a week now,
not.
no?
I thought he did.
Today is Tuesday.
I hear.
With the timeline.
The clarification of that was the 4,500 was because it was
a short week.
Yeah, it came out on a Friday, and then they calculated that on a Sunday, so that was 3 days worth of sales and 0 days worth of physical sales because it was not out until that Tuesday in stores, and the 30 that were sold were only from mom and pop shops that put it up for sale, ignoring the actual date that it was supposed to be out.
I think he did 10,000.
That's not awful.
No, 10,000 first week for independent artist is really good. But there's a reason why anyone else, I'm sure Twitter always jokes on people, but specific to Troy Ave and how he's presented himself to us makes him a very easy target if he doesn't even sell 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't understand that.
He has not been very
I'm not calling
humble.
him a failure, but I get
Ave,
why he's getting the jokes to him.
Why does Troy Ave need to sell 50,000?
Oh, he doesn't. I'm saying why he's being attacked. I see why he's being attacked. I'm not attacking him. I think 10K first week independent artist with one single was great.
You got a lot of money off of that, right?
I mean, I'm not into counting other people's money. But what I did notice that was pretty interesting, which kind of speaks to Rory's point, is all of this talk about Troy Ave's album, which is out currently. You can go get it, Major Without a Deal, BSB Records. Nobody spoke about whether the album was good or not.
Exactly.
Well, because only 4,500 people heard it.
You know, only people from Connecticut bought it.
Yeah.
You guys are down.
No, it's dabbling in jokes. Dabbling in jokes.
No, dabbling. So you guys are down. Y'all are down with the Troy Ave hate.
No, I tweeted the clarification. I even made a post about it, about how we are jumping the gun on making fun of him because these are not the official numbers. But
I do understand that Troy Ave, shout out to Hovain. I fuck with Hovain. I fuck with Troy. I do understand that was my disclaimer. I do understand that Troy Ave makes himself an easy target for people to dislike him. And I do understand that he has alienated himself from quite a bit of huge fan bases. So when it looks like he has failed, and I don't think that he failed at all. Actually, I think that he should be jumping up and down. I think 10,000 first week independent, your fucking first project is pretty good. I think he's got a lot of credible features on there. Like, I don't really see what the big deal is. I haven't heard it yet because I was away. And I will listen to that. So I wish I would be able to give a critique of the actual album, because it's a shame that music is released and we don't talk about the actual music and the content. But whatever. Where was I going? So I do get, he's dissed countless really big rappers. And I'm probably not one to speak about that because I too have dissed countless pretty big rappers.
But you back it up with talent and rapping.
Well,
his again, this is going to make me look like I'm on the Twitter side of this. When you're on a radio station saying you don't fuck with these weirdo rappers and they're corny and they're whack and you are bringing New York back.
He said today he saved a generation.
And you're saving generations. You brought fur coats back, all this, and you sell 4,500. It's going to go to Twitter and get jokes. There's no way you can say all that and escape 4,500 copies being sold and no one saying anything negative about you.
Yep.
No possible way.
Well, the problem with dissing weirdo rap is that that's the state that we're in right now, is weirdo rap. Mm-hmm. So when you do that...
But when weirdo rap is going platinum, it's tough to say that they're whack and you're better.
Yeah, I think you can still say it.
No, but when you diss a rapper, you can rap.
I get that
and I'm
you
not
need
to say
an
Troy
air of arrogance, and especially, in rapping and
especially as a New York, Brooklyn rapper.
Exactly.
That
but I think he
allegedly comes from the drug game. You're supposed to be cocky.
I think
get
he takes
that.
it to a different level that makes you not even like...
Yeah, don't we want our rappers to be arrogant?
Yes, but we want our rappers to back up what this arrogance is.
And have some humbleness to them at the same time.
But in his defense, how has he not backed it up?
Bringing New York back is not
No. I'm not rolling with bringing New York back.
And I'm playing devil's advocate here because I do think his first week was a success. But I'm just going to argue the other point.
But I'm saying Troy Ave had All About the Money, right?
Well, it was Manolo's record.
A record that he took. But it's his.
So?
It's his.
Hey, newsflash to you people out there. Your rappers take records.
That's true.
Yeah.
That happens. I don't think that should be an indictment against Troy Ave. He heard a record from a kid that nobody knew. It helped them both.
For sure.
So we can stop pretending like Manolo Rose wrote this fucking hit, gave it to Troy Ave, and it did absolutely nothing for Manolo Rose. I've actually spoken to Manolo Rose about that, and he, out his own mouth, will tell you that him giving Troy Ave that record has indeed helped him. So I don't really want to hear that shit. People take records. Whoop they fucking do. So he had All About the Money, right? Mm-hmm. He had do.
Was that like really a hit though? Or
No, it's not a hit. But why? I don't think that Troy Ave on an independent needs a hit.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs it. Let me tell you, Red Cafe has done pretty well for himself throughout his career with
that's
local
wild, right?
hits.
Yeah.
With tri-state hits.
Well, he's consistent with his tri-state hits.
Newsflash to you listeners out there, which is why it's difficult for me to talk music with people. You don't really need a hit.
No,
you don't. And the
apparent.
funny thing is, like, people think
Especially
that you're
now.
really broke and struggling when
With
you
the
don't. That's why
internet, you
people
never know.
make the jokes on you. They think that you're not doing shit, not making shit, not living shit.
I always think it's... Let me just tell you,
they're right.
people,
He doesn't rap anymore.
When
That's valid.
people make the Joe Budden pump it up jokes, right, and the one hit jokes and the he ain't shit jokes, I often laugh along with you guys because my life is great.
Yeah.
my life is pretty fucking awesome, and it just speaks to the naive the fans.
Naivety?
It speaks to the fans being naive.
Yeah. Well, there's a word for that, but yeah.
Yeah, naive.
No, I was trying to come up with the fucking other...
Well, let's stop right now and let you come up with it. Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Naivety? Naivety? Fuck off, everyone. Fuck you.
Okay, so it speaks to the fans being naive about certain things. You just really don't need a hit to get by, especially in this era of technology. You don't. So some people with very consistent, loyal fan bases, i.e. me, we do pretty good.
Tech 9 is a really prime example of that shit.
Tech 9's amazing. Mm-hmm. But damn, I'm off on a tangent now. I got to get my Tech 9 verse. He owes me a fucking verse. But the guy tours like 364 days
like,
out the year.
seriously, he's a touring machine.
Jeez, he makes a lot of money, too.
He breaks
And he
records
sells
with that
way
shit.
more merch than like 80% of rappers.
Than everyone. He sells more merch
He's
than...
literally
Well,
like
Wiz is
fucking
up there with
living.
merch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But that got me off of my... All right, so Troy, he had something else.
Another
outside
record?
of do, and it ain't about the
that
money.
Lloyd Banks record. Style. She like my style. She like my flow.
He had that record.
Yeah.
I like that record.
Yeah, I actually like that record.
That was the roller skating rink video, right?
I think.
I like the one with Tony Ayo too, where they took that in the club.
That was the first one that kind of set him off a little bit in New York. So I mean, my point is, how's he not really?
Well, those
backed it
comments
up?
came and went.
That
I'd say
to me,
what's tangible now is All About the Money, because that was on iTunes and you could buy it as a single. I'm not sure Doot Doot and the other one were available for sale.
I heard Doot Doot on
Doo Doo.
ESPN every
did you?
morning. Every morning it plays on First Take.
Oh, dope.
And New York supported that record. Which in turn, I'm sure Connecticut supported that record.
What is
sure.
Connecticut like loves these rappers?
Well, Connecticut, I would guess and say that New York and Connecticut would be Troy Ave's prime marketplaces.
But do we know why? Like Connecticut literally like like makes you Michael Jackson. I went there when I used to work with French in like 08, 09, and he went in the street and like, you know, in New York it's like whatever French, but he went in the street in Connecticut and these kids literally fucking like passed out.
They're from the outside looking in.
Well, French started that way too.
Connecticut?
French and Max.
Yeah.
Like they're like Connecticut. Oh, they could have made a living just strictly off of
really
Connecticut.
like what's that place? Toad's Place, like that.
That's not Connecticut.
What is that?
Toad's Place is Boston.
No, there's a Toad's in Connecticut.
Oh no, Toad's is Connecticut.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of fucking Middle East. Toad's Place is in Connecticut.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, they have some.
So anyway, my point is I don't want to go off on a tangent here any more than I already have. But I would think that is backing up whatever shit that you're talking. Now, as far as bringing New York back, I'm not really gonna get into that. As far as you fucking bringing furs back, I'm not a fur guy. I don't really care about any of that.
What about saving kids from drugs? That was a bold claim.
Maybe it is. I mean, I don't know.
I think his point there was all these other rappers talk about Papa Molly and he doesn't. I think that's what he was getting at.
Selling drugs.
Troy,
I'm not going to defend.
Listen, I can identify Troy Ave is young, and I'm sure one day in the future, when he's older, he'll look back and say, all right, I could have done a few things a bit differently, like not dissed ASAP and Kendrick and all of these people. Like, yeah, I could see that. I could see that happening. And I can identify because I was young and dissed a bunch of people that I probably shouldn't have dissed. But whatever. So off of that, let's stay on rap though. Because we came in here and Marty the Body began to tell us a story about
I did want to get into
a rapper who I like, by the way.
And I love his
wanting to beat the shit out of Marty the Body.
But yeah, Wale. Shout out to Wale. So
you just ruined the reveal.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, there it was.
What a horrible fucking storyteller. Yo, what are you doing?
I didn't know that we were doing a big build-up reveal here.
Don't you work in radio?
Yeah, well, no one briefed me on that one.
So why would you give the reveal a top of the story?
Well, we could take
instead
it out.
of the story. No, we're gonna leave it now to let people know that you don't know how to do a fucking reveal.
All right, guys, I don't know how to do a reveal. Anyway,
okay, go ahead.
So I was in my car listening to this song "Twerk It." It's like, I don't know, Project Pat, Ty Dolla $ign, and Wale.
Shocker. She's listening to Ty Dolla $ign. All right.
And the Wale verse came on, and I was like, really jamming. So I'm like, yo, like low key, this dude has some dope verses. So I tweeted about it. But I'm not really a fan of him personally. I've seen, I just don't like his antics over the years with the whole complex shit and the shit at the game. Fuck off. I just think he's very entitled. I just don't like the way he's presented. I've seen him spaz out on somebody, like, personally. When I met him one time, he was just a douche. Like, I just don't like his personality. Like his music, though, so I tweeted that. Didn't add him, wasn't trying to troll him.
What was your exact tweet?
My exact tweet was, yo, on the lowest of keys, Wale has some really dope guest verses. He's still a douche, though, but a talented one.
Okay, so now let's stop right there before you continue your story. Do you not see how that can be offensive?
I don't care if it's offensive.
I didn't ask you if you cared.
Sure, it could be offensive. It's called you a douche.
So you can see how that can be offensive.
Sure.
Okay, so it probably shouldn't have been a shocker when he was offended, right?
Yeah, it should be because A, why are you searching your name? You don't follow me. I didn't add you.
He is entitled to search his name.
Okay, valid. You do it. But...
And knowing the personality that he's put out to the world, it shouldn't be a shocker that he searches his name.
So he texted not only Rosenberg, but Ebro as well. Like, yo, what's up with her, man? I do all this shit. I'm so nice to everybody, blah, blah, blah. And he was like really in his feelings. And... it just went to prove even more what I said, that was a pretty douchey thing to do.
Do you think what you did was douchey?
I don't understand people.
No, I don't think what I did was douchey. I can't share my fucking opinion on my Twitter page.
Well, he was sharing his opinion to his friend.
I still gave him a compliment. No, it's not an opinion. He hit them up and was like, what the fuck is up with her? Blah, 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 blah. All types of shit. Threats and shit. Like crazy shit.
So you can offend him because you did acknowledge that what you wrote was offensive.
Sure.
And he can't respond.
Why are you worried if I think you're not a great person?
Because he's entitled to that.
If someone thinks I'm a douche, I'm not going to sit there. If you think I'm a douche, then you think I'm a douche. But if you think I'm a talented one, cool.
That's not necessarily true. I've seen people listen to this podcast and tweet how much of a douche you are, and you fire back.
No.
I have seen you fire back on multiple occasions, so that would be a lie. When they have a specific
account, like, oh, you don't know about such and such. Then I'll be like, yes, I do, because blah, blah, blah. How the fuck are you? Who are you to say that? But when you just say... point out blank something you don't like, someone's a douche, then okay, fine.
I have an issue with a few things. I I don't care what you say. I have seen you fire back at people that have called you a douche, or not a douche exactly, but they have dissed you. They have been offensive, and you fire back immediately. On Wednesdays especially, you'll do it about 5 or 6, 7 times. So I don't understand.
Okay, that is one. There is, and then there's a level of they're coming to me looking for a battle or looking to fuck with me. I was just tweeting that. I wasn't adding him. I wasn't trying to bother him, troll him, whatever. I was sharing my opinion.
But when you are offensive toward one individual, you welcome that. What is it? Wait, so you threw the rock and hit your hand, but then when it hit him, like you're saying, "What? Yo, how'd you see me, yo?" Like, what are you saying?
I mean, I'm not. Whatever he saw it. I think it's funny.
And also, the people that call you "quote unquote" a douche and you fire back really serve no purpose. You working in media now have some form of influence of where his music is played and talked about.
His shit.
What she say?
I said I still post his shit.
But you could see where he gets offended because you were not a random person.
Valid. Oh, now
See?
I'm not regular.
I know. I'm using your own argument against you.
Yeah, now I'm not regular. So which one is it?
I'm saying you can post.
Yeah, well, that brings up, and I do have some more points I want to make about this argument that this story that she said. But that's one of my big issues too. That people in I don't want to call Marisa media. I don't think she's media, but she is media, kind of.
Media Jace.
Media Jace.
Plugging me out. I was making a joke.
How do I unplug everyone's microphone? Did I do it?
That was a good sarcastic joke.
I can still hear them.
I think he just unplugged our headphones.
Yeah, I think he did.
Fuck.
Too.
Oh, I ruined the moment.
You did.
Check this out. I never want to hear that word on this podcast ever again in life. That's number one. I have a problem with people who are in media in some whatever capacity, shitting on people with influence, shitting on people, musicians, fucking whoever it may be, because they personally have a disdain for these people.
No, I feel like I could do that all I want. I'm sharing my opinion. I'm not going to be fake and sugarcoat it, but I'm also complimenting him. I'm not going to completely hate on his craft when I do think he's a talented guy. I just don't think he's a good person.
But your opinion is not an objective one. It's yours.
Okay, and I'm not telling anyone else to feel that way.
Yeah,
I'm sharing my opinion on my Twitter, and I'm entitled to do that.
Yeah, but, it would lead one to believe that at some point your personal dislike for him would cross over into your professionalism. The same way the people that you do really, really, really like personally crosses over into your professionalism.
So play favorites or play the opposite of favorites. Shit on them while doing my job.
Yeah.
Well, that happens everywhere. And like I said, I still post them, so it is like I still do my job.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be a credit to him that you post him. You post him for whatever reason you post him. You post him for fucking clicks.
Well, then where else would I be able to?
He's an established artist, so it behooves you to post him. It doesn't behoove him.
No, I mean I don't have to post that he's hosting a Seinfeld thing. It doesn't really matter.
Sure, it does.
Didn't get any clicks on my site.
Okay, but you know how you know that? Because you put it there for it to get clicks. That's number one. Number two, Seinfeld is Seinfeld. If Seinfeld fucking walks up the street, you should be posting that story.
Yeah.
So I don't really see how you can.
And by the way, him on TBS hosting that Seinfeld thing is huge.
That is dope. And I picked him up in the post. That's cool.
You would look a little nuts if you didn't post that, all that Wale Seinfeld stuff. All right, so that was number two. Number three. On the lowest of keys, Wale has amazing guest verses.
Yeah, plenty of people think Wale is trash bags.
Plenty of people think a lot of people are trash bags.
Okay,
that doesn't give it any credence.
Against popular opinion, Wale is actually talented, was what I was saying. Against the opinion that I see stated on most of my timeline.
Okay, see, that's where...
Okay, and that's all I'm talking Twitter. I'm not talking to the whole wide world. I'm talking my Twitter that I see.
This is the fucking problem.
No, but you just said... So that's the popular opinion I see on my timeline. So on my timeline, I'm sharing my views.
Marisa, let me help your ignorance for 2 seconds. We're in this fucking time where, if Twitter says it, it's true.
Yes.
Which
I've tweeted multiple times. The world is bigger.
There's an entire universe out there.
And that's why I'm only tweeting it. I'm not making my world revolve around my thoughts around Wale, and neither is people.
You're responding to something that I haven't said yet. So you don't know what I'm saying.
Well, if people on my timeline think he's trash, I'm saying no, actually he's not.
Oh, okay, that's great. Kudos to you. But when you say things like the popular opinion is he's trash,
yes,
why
on
is that,
my timeline.
Why is all right? That changes.
So amongst the people, I said that 5 times. Amongst the people that I follow, not against the whole world. I didn't say everyone thinks Wale's trash. I said on my Twitter timeline, the people that I follow, that follow me, a lot of them have said that Wale is trash. So in talking to them and talking to the people that I follow and follow me, that's what I was saying.
I would like people to acknowledge that the world is much bigger than Twitter. And I don't really think that people can make a case for Wale being trash. That would be a hard argument to make.
Well, I'm not here for that because I think he's actually talented. So I can't help with that argument.
I would challenge the people that think that Wale is trash.
Get Steph on the phone. She thinks he's trash.
No, because Steph has a lot of personal opinions on people that are really amazing. Not to say Wale is really amazing, even if he is. But yeah, Steph thinks a lot of things about people, so we won't get her on the line. Oh, and finally, my last point about this is, I don't know how I feel about people who dislike someone personally, so then they dislike everything about their music, their like everything.
Well, it's not me because I like his music. So.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I tweeted that I liked his music.
No, you tweeted on the lowest of keys, which I don't know if that's on the lowest of keys. Wale's on a lot of fucking great records. And he's never put a bad album out.
Haven't listened.
But that's my point.
Well, I get you're acting like I dissed him though.
That's kind of my point here.
Nope, you're acting like I dissed him.
I don't know if you're credible enough in the Wale department to say on the lowest of keys, Wale's got a few good guest verses. How about Wale's just got good verses?
No, because
no, you haven't heard the albums, but no.
Well, I'm not talking about his albums. I said guest verses. That was my key words there.
Well, it wouldn't be on the lowest of keys there either. He's got huge fucking guest verses.
Well, I was saying it like I never really thought about it. And now that I think about it, he's pretty dope. I like some of his guest verses. Because when I heard the Maybach music, I almost turned the thing, thinking it was Rick Ross, because I don't really enjoy his guest verses too often. And then I heard it was Wale, and I was like, oh, let me actually listen to this. And I was like,
so what did
Ebro
like and Rosenberg say back?
Ebro ignored him, and Rosenberg was like, oh, what did she say? Oh, I'll ask her. Oh, okay. And then he asked me, like, dude, what did you do? And I was like, ha ha ha, what? And then, yeah, that's about it.
Weren't we trying to get Wale as a guest on this podcast?
Yeah, and that'd be cool.
We were.
We could talk face to face about my feelings.
I would be curious for them two to have this conversation.
I would. I don't hate him. I don't think he fucking deserves
Are you
shit.
Oh my God, the kid.
I would love to have a great conversation.
The fucking youth of today.
Hi, Wale.
All right, let me ask you two geniuses a question.
Okay.
Is Wale coming to do a podcast now?
No.
Like, what are you talking about?
First of all,
I would love to hear Marisa and Wale have this discussion face to face.
Why?
Yeah, then he can come here and we can. What the fuck are you talking about?
Where in any of that sentence did I say he's definitely going to come on the podcast to have this conversation? I said I would love to see them two say it face to face.
Money the body.
I also didn't even say it was on the podcast. I just said I'd love to hear them two say it.
People go to radio shows all the time when they know one of the hosts don't like them, and they still sit there and actually makes for an interesting conversation because they have to state their case of why, and they have a really
artists don't need to stop by here.
Yeah,
they would need to stop by.
Yeah,
a radio
I don't
station.
understand.
I didn't know that we were dying to get Wale on the show.
We didn't say we were.
I did say it. We ain't had a fucking guest the entire time we've been here.
We haven't. Although we did get Ty Dolla $ign on the phone 2 weeks ago.
Wish you could see Joe's face.
And
right
we
now.
had Royce the 5'9" too. Shout out to Royce.
His hand is in his bald
head. You're gonna
head.
just discredit Royce like that? His bald tan head. Pause.
I have such a problem with fucking retardation in the universe, man. Oh man, we'll never get a guest here with Marisa and Peter. Oh, speaking of guests, right? Mm-hmm. So while I was away on my journey,
his journey.
Yes, I had to go and learn about myself. But while I was away, an anonymous source told me that he had a oh, damn it. I've ruined it. Anonymous isn't supposed to be, you're not supposed to tell a gender. Darn it.
Oh, I mean, it's still not.
Yes.
An anonymous
Don't want
source.
to get into this.
An anonymous source told me that they made a suggestion for a guest on this podcast, and they were shot down immediately. And they were fucking jumped and told how horrible of an idea this was. We're going to save the reveal of the actual artist. But...
Well, should we reveal it? Because I still want him to come on.
Wait, I don't know who.
Back to the Wale point. I don't think he'd want to come on after shitted on by half of the other podcast.
Yeah, maybe we won't. Maybe we can just hint. Maybe we can hint. But... I would like to have that conversation, though. I'm confused with Marisa and Peter, to be quite honest with you.
Wait, I don't know who we're talking about.
Well, Rory, can you fill Marisa in, please, here so we can have this discussion? All right, Rory's going to type something on the computer and ignore it. Listen. But can you tell the listeners about this story, please?
I ran into this gentleman who is a Grammy-nominated artist.
Oh, Lord.
At a club in New York City to watch Game 1 or 2 of the NBA Finals.
Go Cavs.
We have somewhat of a rapport. I wouldn't say we were friends, but, we see each other around. I said, hey, we do this podcast with Joe Budden. It would be great if we could have you on. He said, of course, I've heard of it, would love to be on. Exchanged contact, hit him the next day, gave me his availability. I then texted the podcast group me and said, hey.
Which would be, just for clarification, Marisa and Peter.
Peter.
All right. Great.
And Corey's also in the group.
All right. But it's Marisa and Peter. You two are the focal point of the story.
So I said, hey, this guy is ready to come on. He seemed excited too. Get no reply for a few minutes. Then Marisa goes, psh, why? He brings absolutely nothing. I said, word? And Peter's like, Marissa's not wrong. He's kind of boring. He's cool as a person, but he's not going to do anything for our podcast.
He's really cool as a person.
So I was sitting there like, but he could bring another element. He has a large following. If he tweets this out, that's some more audience. Nah, not really. Not anything that we don't have. And I was a bit confused. But I just tabled it and let it happen.
Are you and Peter retarded, really?
No.
That's a serious question. Is there like a murmur
No,
going on?
I just think he's boring.
Is there something happening to whereas something is slowing down the development of you and Peter's brains?
Nope. That's racist. It's because we're white.
No, I disagree. I do have a reason that I believe this is happening.
I'm white.
I do have a reason that I believe this is happening. So let me ask you, because I didn't believe Rory when he told me this. Is this true?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you elaborate?
No, I just think what is he going to talk about? He's not really doing much. That was my thought.
You're like regressing.
What does that mean? I mean, I know what that means, but in reference to what?
Something is really. I don't know. Your train of thought is like regressing.
Why don't you ask Peter why he also agreed? Obviously, I'm not the only person in the world that thinks that way.
Well, yeah, I kind of have a theory.
And he and I weren't in the same room or anything.
I kind of have.
Like
you, Peter, and yourself both work.
He doesn't even have 200 and okay.
He has 168,000 followers.
It's not a ton.
That's 164,000 more than me.
Marisa and Peter.
Something out of you, and it's a whole new fan base.
I think you guys have like a really old school traditionalist train of thought.
Maybe
to whereas you guys think that because someone does not have a current record in heavy rotation, that there is nothing to speak to them about.
I don't feel that way.
Well, that's the
only... And a podcast at that, because it's not a radio interview. It's a conversation. You don't just have to talk about music.
Yeah, so that's the only logic that I can apply to you saying that this particular gentleman would have nothing to discuss. This guy's fucking loud with personality. Have you ever met this guy?
Yeah.
All right, so you met him. So you know that he's loud with personality, number one. He's been on fucking arguably your entire timeline's favorite TV show ever created in life. Number two. Number three, like Rory said, he's Grammy nominated. He's got a project coming out. Why is there nothing to talk to this guy about? I'm confused.
I don't know. He just...
See, that's kind of my point. When you say or I don't know, like
I don't know, just the thought
that doesn't give me...
I don't really have a valid. I didn't completely say fuck him. Never in my life. That was my opinion. Rory asked, "What do you think of him?" I said, "No, I think he's boring."
guys should kind of want to have like credible arguments to back up your thoughts. Like I don't know.
That was my thought. I just think he's boring, and that was my opinion. I gave it in the group chat. That was it. And here we are.
But
I didn't really need to have a full PowerPoint presentation as to why I think he's boring. I just think he's boring.
I did because the way your brain works affects things here.
Not really. We still could have had him.
Well, when both people in the group me are completely against it, me bringing him up here would be extremely counterproductive because you two would not have been into it at all, and I would have been just me and him talking.
Yeah, I can't wait to speak to you and Peter together because Peter's going to give me more than and I don't know. Like Peter will at least tell me how he formulated this thought, so I can completely fucking bash him and shit on that process because that's a little. All right, job, man. But anyway, off of that, because Marty's getting sad.
I'm getting sad.
I can always tell when you're getting sad and fucking offensive and about to cry inside. Like, yeah, no, I can tell. Don't worry about it. I know. I got it. So what's happening here with
We got some emails.
Wait, sports.
Listen.
This is important. The Cavs are going. Well,
so you're just gonna skip over the emails? You're just gonna just say
no,
fuck it?
I think we've always kind of closed out with the emails, though.
I thought we always closed out with it's over. It might be over for.
We haven't done that in a few weeks, actually.
Well, I haven't been here in a few weeks.
It's also valid.
It might be over for you two niggas ever doing this podcast when I'm not here. Wow. That's mine. But anyway.
You need to always be here. Or we can go on the road with you.
Or I can just record it on my own without you guys while I'm on the road.
That's why I'm actually a little upset that you're attacking me in particular, because I was very adamant about us not doing it and you buying a $125 mic and doing it on your own for that 40 minutes instead of going on your phone. And I wasn't there, so I don't know how much free time you had. There was always cameras on.
Again, that was not able to take place. If it were able to take place, that would have been an option, but that was not an option. And I'm really bashing you because I'm just disappointed, man. Like I expect certain shit from Marty. Like when I leave, I expect Marty to call the entire squad and come up here and squad, hey, squad, and Ty Dolla Sign and all these other fucking people to call. Like I expect chaos from her because she just doesn't know any better, as we've fucking previously already proved. You, on the other hand,
yeah.
Oh man, I don't even.
For the first episode, you were gone. Peter seemed to be excited that to be the lead mic here. I was fine with that for the first week. He led. I did regular side shit. Marty brought the squad, which,
I brought a third. No.
So then the next week, I saw what happened with that podcast. And I said, hey, we need to come up with something different. Peter suggested this interview with you, which I thought was cool. The interview was interesting. I said, me and Marty will just do 30 minutes on Summer Jam because it was super relevant, and we did
Summer Jam. What happened on Summer Jam?
Summer Jam was fun.
Anything good? I heard Fab with a whole bunch of people out, and that was great.
That was raw. Yeah. Fetty closed it. Troy Ave closed it with him.
Oh, Fetty closed. That's great. Yeah, and Troy Ave closed?
It was like after Meek's set, Bobby Trends brought out Troy Ave for 3 songs, Fetty out for 3 songs, and then dead. But Fetty didn't know that it's a very hard out, so he didn't get to do Trap Queen, and he was pretty upset about it.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, huh?
Yeah.
Fetty Wap got to close and didn't do Trap Queen?
Yep. They told him 10 minutes. They had the counter there, and he did 679 My Way, and then he did a song we didn't know, or most people didn't know, and then
that's disappointing.
It was lights out. Yeah.
That's disappointing.
It was.
Trap Queen.
I think there's both parties to blame on that.
Yeah.
Fetty, but I'm not going to blame him because he's a new artist, and I'm sure he's not used to looking at a clock when he's performing,
of course
especially in a stadium. So I'd chalk that up to him being a very new artist. But in Hot 97's defense, I'm sure it's a huge fee if you go overtime.
Oh yeah, no,
so
100%.
Yeah, it's not Hot's fault.
I think the hard out should have been communicated.
Yeah. That's how it's always been. French Montana, one time, he didn't even get to do his set because of how it ran over.
Especially at Summer Jam. Summer Jam normally has a hard out.
Yeah.
Like every year almost. Damn, man. Trap Queen. in New Jersey
would have been
end it.
epic. I mean, it went really well. He got to do the festival stage. That went pretty good. Well, really good. It was a really huge crowd out there, bigger than they've had. But yeah, so it was a bummer. And it sucked too because he did the festival and just had to wait around all day for that moment, and he didn't even get to do that.
Here's my unpopular opinion about that, and I don't want to talk about Summer Jam because it's fucking weeks old. I'm just going to update because I've been gone. But that festival stage has been taking the steam. They've been on the up for quite
Absolutely.
a few years now.
This year was like, I feel like they gave a number in like the 10,000.
The festival stage used to be the stage where it's like, all right, get me the fuck out of here.
The delinquents, yeah.
Why am I over here, man? But that stage now.
That parking lot was filled this year. Completely filled with people. It was crazy.
For a few years now, that festival stage is I know some people that would prefer to perform on that festival stage than go on at fucking 4:30.
And it's a less harsher crowd too.
It's real fans or at the festival.
Yeah, those people actually want to hear music.
Exactly.
And they'll probably know every record too.
The ones in the stadium will boo the fuck out of you if they feel like it, and they'll just stare at you if they feel like it. And
okay, I was going somewhere before we started the Summer Jam shit, but I forgot, so we can get to the emails.
Yeah, I think you were shitting on us. I don't know. Marty, do you mind reading these today? Because my throat is killing me.
What were you doing?
Right.
I don't know. I had a long weekend. I didn't get a lot of sleep.
Oh, this is an interesting name. Koketso Kabini. Hello. Good day, family. Kay here, all the way from South Africa. I use the alias K because I know y'all going to have a bad time pronouncing my name. Hello. So anyway, this is what's happening.
The alias?
That's what he said. This is
Elias. I didn't know what Elias was.
So it's different?
Yes, Marissa. Elias and alias are different.
Oh, okay. This is what's happening. A while back, I started pursuing this fine young thing whom my homie and I, rate a grade 8 on our fine scale for pure natural ability.
Oh, well, I'm sorry not to interrupt, but the subject was, do I deserve to be in homie court? Just so we have some background.
Yeah, should I be charged or not?
Well, anytime somebody asks that, they definitely deserve to be in homie court, by the way.
I finally got her marinated enough to come through to my spot and get her ankles knocked loose. Cue Bandit Gang Marco tonight. The day finally arrives. We discussed where we'll meet up and drive to my spot after I was done at work.
Is this a guy?
It seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
I head out to her and let her know that I'm at the meeting spot. Tells me she'll be down in a bit, so I wait. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Just know when I'm about to say fuck it and bounce, I see her silhouette in front of the car. All is forgiven and we head to my spot. We get there and she requests alcohol. I oblige. Some time a flirtatious conversation passes and I manage to strip her down to her underwear. I'm hard as a diamond. This feels like a fucking story. I'm hard as a diamond and I can feel...
a story.
No, but I mean like a book. Fuck you guys. I'm talking about a book. I'm hard as a diamond and I could feel she's wet as a marine mammal. So just when I was thinking it's time to dive in, she says to me, after I fuck your brains out, you're taking me and my 2 friends out for drinks, right? I told them we're picking them up in 3 hours. This is when I removed her from on top of me, tell her to get dressed and get the fuck out of my place and go hang with her thought homegirls. When I told my homie the next day, he said I deserved to be tried at homie court and given the harshest sentence for not smashing. I say not. What do you guys think? Side note, yo Joey, that ad-lib raw scream that you have going on in your records always gets me amped as fuck. How did you come up with that? That is interesting.
I don't know if you could take somebody to homie court for not smashing.
I mean, if she said some dumb thought shit, get her the fuck out of here.
I'm not rolling.
Yeah, I think you're good, bro.
If that's the case, I'd be in homie court forever. Like, you should be able to not smash if you don't want to smash.
I don't think I'd ever be mad at my friend if he was like, I didn't feel like smashing. Why are you going to get mad at him?
You need to take your friends to homie court, actually. Why are your friends so concerned with who you smash and who you don't smash?
Do you want to answer his...
Maybe they're not doing enough damn smashing.
His yelling question?
No, I'm not answering that.
Oh. What is that noise that keeps every so often beeping?
Oh, that's my email.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there another email? Good to actually. I like the fact that it's some order in here today.
Yeah.
Like you two are not just here to fucking run amok and scare listeners off. Like it sounds good. Like it sounds peaceful. Sounds like there's some type of control in the room. Like these things are nice. I like it.
Okay. This one is titled Marissa's Grill and Deleting Social Media for a Significant Other.
Wait, do we have to talk about Marissa's Grill?
No, it's actually not a positive thing. Someone needs to take that shit. Someone needs to take that shit from her fucking please. Love her as a person though. Thank you, Chantel. Okay. Anyway, so my guy and I have been together for 2 years. He's 25. I'm 22. We are great. We hardly ever argue. We have our shit together, good jobs, a house, 3 cars, 2 dogs. Jesus. Both of us are attractive. We're best friends. The only problem we seem to have is that he wants me to delete my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. because he says he doesn't want other guys looking, which started after this random black guy called me beautiful. I feel like if I don't have anything revealing up and it's clear we're together, I'm not acting up online, then he's just being controlling and insecure. The biggest thing, though, is I think he really thinks I'm going to leave him for a black guy because one time, like 4 years ago, I put a post about black guys and Latinas on Twitter as a joke. We are both Puerto Rican. I've only ever dated Puerto Ricans, so I'm not sure why this is such a big problem. We all have these things going for us. Am I crazy or is he really being insecure? Should I delete my social media? I feel like deleting my social media isn't going to fix the real problem. I love this man to death. I don't know why he thinks he's going to lose me. CJ. Girl, he insecure as shit. And he's racist.
Well, he's insecure.
He's racist.
He's insecure, but he's right. You'll fuck a black dude. I mean, just so we're clear, like, I get your argument. I understand. Oh, he's wilding. You never did nothing but one tweet years ago. All you ever did was Puerto Rico. I comprehend very well, but he'll fuck a black dude, and he knows it. Mm-hmm. Same way that there's what's that bullshit that's never accurate? Woman's intuition.
Yeah.
There's men's intuition, and I actually like to say that men's intuition is probably a lot more accurate than fucking women's.
Oh yeah, because I mean ours comes from a logical place.
Whatever.
Women's comes from some deep emotion.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I
out.
do not think you should delete your social media. Fuck that shit. Like, don't have to change who the fuck you are because he's insecure. It's bullshit. Guys,
So she's mad. So she's madly in love. This could be her future husband and soulmate.
They have 2 dogs.
That's love. They have 2 dogs, and here comes Marisa saying, "Girl, fuck that nigga. Don't delete that shit." Yeah. If you've ever listened to this podcast, you probably know that one person you should not get your relationship advice from here would be the person that you started your email dissing the shit out of.
But she said she loves me, though.
That grill is really weak.
I like my grill, and everyone.
It would be really great if you were in like.
I don't care. Whatever your answer is, I don't care because I love it, and I'm gonna keep it.
If you were in like 96.
I'm just bringing the vibes back. You know?
No, it's really bad.
Is this another?
And you open your mouth, you show it off like it's dope. I don't be understanding it, but whatever.
Okay.
This one I think is about a rapper.
Let's get it. Advice for female needed. Oh, okay. Anonymous, please. Seems like a long story, but bear with me. Backstory: years ago, I met the man in question, and after about 6 months, we became a couple.
You a hoe? Oh,
True.
We were basically living together and had about 1 solid year, but the couple years after that were spent on and off. But our bond, while together, always remained strong. Throughout the years, even during months separated, I continue to remain 100% loyal and have let go of my friends and social media just to satisfy his insecurities. What the fuck is
Who are
up
all
with
these
these
guys?
dudes, bruh? I'm a homebody with a naturally amazing physique, plus my wife's skills are through the roof, and he knows this, so I'm 100% sure he'll want me back yet again.
What's your
once he
ad name,
returns
though?
from the summer tour that he once he returns from the summer tour that he kicked off a few days ago. He's done this before. Oh, it might be like a hoe tour. I'm not naive to his rapper ways, so I'm fine with whatever he does while on tour. I've been supportive and understanding of his career since day one. I've compromised a lot, so naturally I'm in need of more commitment as time progresses. I fear that I'll be stuck in this cycle where I have to keep getting used to doing things at this time pace. Is it time I take an L? How can I get him to get it together? What are your thoughts and advice on my situation? Is it Hoodie Allen? He just went on tour with Wiz Khalifa.
Oh my god. Before we start, I've noticed that since we shit on these people so much, how much detail they go into about how amazing they are before they even ask the question.
Well, we do always ask the question.
I got lost in the story. I'm more so concerned with that bitch sounds amazing.
And she dates rappers.
Yeah, and her naturally amazing physique. And she's cool with rappers fucking other bitches.
And she has no social media.
And she's loyal, no social media.
Yeah. But I'm trying to...
Yo, email them digits. I mean...
And she's Spanish.
And she's Spanish? Mm-hmm. Not email them digits for a friend.
Yeah.
Not for me. But yeah. Anyway.
For Armani. He's here.
Yeah. Maybe for Armani. I don't have any advice for this girl.
Yeah. I forgot what the question was. Oh.
Something if
Walk away?
she should continue staying loyal.
I can't tell somebody when it's time to leave their relationship.
Well, if the tour is the last straw and he ends up actually being successful, if he's not successful already, he's going to keep going on tour.
I don't know what her deal breakers.
She doesn't mind the tour.
That's my point. I don't know what her deal breakers are. If you're okay with him fucking other bitches, if you're okay with him not really being present in the relationship, then what the fuck is your problem?
I think that's what it is, though. The fucking other bitches thing is whatever. It's like, is he gonna really make a formal, girlfriend or wife out of me, or am I just kind of sticking around to end up with nothing in the end?
Oh, you
Good
gotta
question.
ask God. How the fuck would I know what's gonna happen in fucking?
Yeah, it's a tough call, boo. I mean, if you're good now, but just I would say keep your options open for other guys. Don't be so loyal because
Oh my
he's not
god,
doing it to you.
yo, let me just let everybody know. Listen to Marissa's advice.
What? It's valid. Keep your options open. Don't put all your eggs in one basket if you're not sure that he's putting his eggs in your basket.
That's like real thotty advice.
No, it's not. I mean,
That's
she's
one-
already cool
That
with
means
him.
keep a few guys. Just in case.
What is she supposed to do? Just sit around and wait?
She's supposed to be.
That's what people do when
she's
they work on
supposed to be
relationships.
invested in her working relationship until she's no longer invested. And her question was, "How long should I be invested?" Not anything to where you would be like, "Keep your options open, keep some niggas." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's happening in the universe?
Whatever.
So that we're done here, right? No one else needs Marissa's relationship advice. Please,
Well,
please
a lot
tell
of
me they
people.
don't.
Well, not a lot. A few people have complained that we only do relationship stuff. So I have one that maybe you can mentor outside of relationships.
Oh, listen, I'm shitting on Marissa, but I don't need to mentor anybody either. Well, maybe for my sabbatical, maybe fresh off my spiritual journey, I can help one of you lost souls out there.
All right, let me. Hey guys, I'm currently 23 years old, living in Southern California. As I grow older, I'm noticing that I set myself in earlier. What? I don't like when people don't write sentences that make sense.
You gotta give Rory some glasses.
I am noticing. I know, right? I'm noticing goals that I set for myself in earlier years are not coming to fruition as quickly as I imagined. Of course, goals include not only financial success, but also personal success, relationships, and happiness.
Oh man, what a loser.
That's not nice.
He hasn't.
Shout out to
Wait,
you.
hold on. Can you read that sentence again?
Shout out to you, Ricardo.
We're not shitting on our fans anymore.
Ricardo, I feel you.
Success in
Sometimes it
any
doesn't
field.
happen in the timeline that you want.
Finances, your relationship, your home life, church, like everything is going bad. God, how old is he again?
23.
Oh, all right, that's okay.
As
All
someone
right, I
who
take
is-
it back. I take it back. What's his name? Ricardo.
Ricardo.
I take it back. At 23, it's still allowable that you're a loser.
As someone who's
You're not a
relatively
loser,
successful,
Ricardo.
I'm joking.
as someone who's relatively successful in your field, what advice
Relatively.
He's talking to Rory.
would
Clearly. Relatively successful.
fuck you. I am relatively successful, you dick.
I know, I agree. Why is that offensive? That's a good
It's your
thing that
fucking
somebody
tone.
is relatively successful. Is Marty relatively successful?
I am relatively. I make a living.
I don't know. I'm looking up relatively right now.
What advice would you give those of us who are still trying to reach a point where we are satisfied financially and personally?
Y'all talk to each other. I want to look up relatively to see if you
well,
guys
I'm
are
25, so I
relatively
probably know
successful.
more about this than these two old fucks.
27, bro.
I know, being a dick. These things take time. As long as you are staying busy and staying focused, you'll be as relatively successful as I am.
Hey, hold on. Hey, now that I've found the definition of relatively, right? I just want to clear this up. I am not relatively successful, bitch.
Ricardo, you're not a bitch.
Relatively, in a relative manner, a relatively small difference in proportion. Hey, fuck you, Ricardo. But anyway, what's the advice for this guy? I got caught up.
what
in
You're
advice-
only 23, bro. You'll be fine.
What advice would you give to those who are still trying to reach a point where they're satisfied with their goals financially and personally?
You sound like an overachiever.
You need antidepressants. That's my
No,
advice.
get an Adderall, focus, you'll be all right.
No, don't get Adderall.
That doesn't
man.
even fucking work, really.
Look, because Marty takes mad Adderall.
No, because my little brother had to for his ADHD.
Oh, way to ruin the mood.
Yeah.
Way to ruin the mood with some serious shit.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, bro. You're 23 years old. I'm not going to tell you to just do whatever the timeline says. You've got some time. Time is on your side. There's some things you can do to whereas it would be the difference in your life being amazing and your life being really, really shitty. I don't think your 23 years of relative success is enough to get you down in the dumps. Don't wallow in your own misery. Get up, get out there, be productive, and hopefully you'll be able to sing a different tune in 2 years. That's my amazing advice.
Where I agree and disagree with some people when they say, wait, your 20s are about figuring things out. By 30, you'll understand all that bullshit. People use that as an excuse to float in their 20s, and then they become 30, and they're the exact same person they were at 20. So take some time to actually do things in your 20s that are going to have some tangible success
I can't wait to see you two in your 30s. Well, I don't know how often I want to see Marisa in her 30s, but I can't.
That's not very nice. I'm going to be a
wait.
very great mom. I'm going to be cooking things. I'm going to be doing arts and crafts every day with my kid, making dioramas and shit.
Well, a couple of people have told me you're a great mom now.
To who?
Hmm?
Wait, how am I a great mom?
They say you do all right with the kids.
You dick.
She walked right into that one. How did she see where I was going there?
I couldn't figure it out.
I didn't know where you were going
You
either.
do really good with the kids. You know what I mean? But anyway, all right, so we're done with the emails, right?
Yeah.
Do I have to listen to Marisa do sports? Do I have to?
I mean, all we could say, I can't even give an accurate one because
Golden State's playing the Warriors tonight.
last night,
State is
yeah,
playing
but
the
that's
Warriors
last
tonight.
night now on this podcast. And so I don't know what's going to happen, but I just want everyone to know that it's Go Cavs. The land.
Well, this is the one game that I'm rooting for the Cavs because I want to see it go
To game
7
seven.
games. It's been a
All
great
right,
series.
I will ask you guys the question that has been floated. Oh no, I won't ask you guys anything.
Thanks.
No, I won't ask Marisa. It's a
To
sports
backtrack, I do
related
would
question.
like to know where you think I'll be in my 30s, but that's neither here nor there.
At a bar.
Creepy pickup
Do you
lines.
think that in the event that Cleveland loses this series,
I'll be sad.
that LeBron should get Finals MVP?
Yes.
Yeah. He's
He should
basically
get
been
Finals
carrying
MVP.
his whole team.
He's been carrying that team.
Look at Marisa.
Yes,
Entirely.
MGK is from Cleveland, so I don't see why LeBron.
I don't see why he wouldn't get it.
Well, why wouldn't they give it to LeBron if they heard MGK's album before? Then of course they should give. And he's dating Amber Rose now, so that's another reason LeBron should get it.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait, I said a valid thing. He's been carrying his whole fucking team.
Got it.
Especially with Kyrie out now on the fucking injury and shit like that. It fucking sucks. This is his only real help. I mean, the other guy.
This is where it gets tricky.
Hold on.
As soon as we
help
get
me
rid
out
of the
here.
famous
Help
people,
me out.
Kyrie's been out,
No,
and I mean the other guy.
The other guy, he played pretty decently in game 4.
who is
and
the
but
other
then
guy?
like in game 5, they only gave him like 5 minutes of play.
who's the other guy?
Deladova?
No.
No.
He had a really bad game 4.
He did.
Yep, that's all I got. But there was a guy on Cleveland that did pretty good.
Joey, and where are we at, man? Really?
You're at an hour right now, right?
Yeah,
It seemed like it kind of breezed by there.
I suppose.
I watched game 5 on mute.
You two, even everything about you guys' demeanor today seems very different than what I heard in that first podcast that I was going. It sounded like a substitute teacher was in that day, and you guys just got to. That's how it came across my headphones.
You came back like the dad, and we threw a house party.
Yeah,
and you're pissed.
yeah, like you guys got fat while I was gone. These guys got to run amok, throw fucking spitballs, fucking invite your friends.
That was literally what happened.
In the classes they don't belong.
Yeah, talk about whatever. You will talk over each other. Like, it was fucking great, right? These fucking dicks. Now that that's out of the way, here's my. You know, I'm gonna start giving a weekly rap update because I don't rap anymore. Like, that's the cool thing to say. So my update this week is
True thing to say too.
I am going to the studio now.
Hey,
See,
Right now?
look at that.
After this?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, every Tuesday I go to the studio, by the way. Is Parks here? I don't see Parks.
no.
Parks on
I knew Parks would be late, though. I knew it. I knew Parks would be late when I text him at 11 and said, hey, you meet me at the podcast? And he said, yeah, like what time? The same time that you've been coming every week for the past couple of months.
Your studio's around here, or you go back to the one that you went to that
No,
time?
my studio's not around here, number one. Number two, I would never disclose the location of my studio
Well, I
on a
wasn't asking you the
podcast.
location. I was just saying, is it around here?
No, it's not around here. But don't worry, Joe Budden fans. Content is coming soon. Whenever Parks comes. So that's my music update.
At Parks Music.
Yeah, if you wanna, we could definitely do that. If you wanna at someone and express your displeasure with the lack of music, it's at Parks Parks Music MUSIC.
How come he hasn't changed it to like Parks on the Board? That shit would make so much more sense.
Because it's mad longer than Parks music.
Valid.
That's number one. Number two, I had a really good question, and we're at the time limit, but I had a funny question to ask you guys, right? And I had a really funny story to go along with it. I just wasn't sure that I wanted to share my story because then you guys might call me a faggot.
Probably.
I call you a faggot without the story a lot.
Yeah, but I don't want to give any credence to the argument that I'm a faggot. But damn it, it's a go. All right, so I'll just ask the question. This didn't happen to me.
Hey, sure. A friend of yours.
Asking for a friend.
Of course I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah.
And Joey, you can partake in this too. And maybe we can get further in detail, go further into detail in this next week. But okay. My friend is so ashamed. Okay. Men. And I guess I can ask Marty too, because she's been with men.
Valid.
And women.
Okay. Wait. Well, I mean, yeah.
Like I thought. But anyway. Women and Jace.
Valid.
Is there ever a time, ever in your sexual lives, I'm talking to Rory, Joey, and Amani, who's not on the mic, in your sexual lives ever, since you've lost your virginity, that at any point during sex, your leg has been up?
What?
No. No, my leg has never been up.
Hey, like one leg is.
Listen. Just a leg up, or two legs up.
Wait.
Any leg up.
Am I on my way to a new position? Or is my leg up part of the position?
I challenge you guys now because a chick has never sucked you off, and you have put your fucking leg on her back.
Oh yeah.
That's not having my leg up.
That is a leg up.
No, it's a resting leg.
That's a leg up.
That is a resting leg.
My point is a leg off of the bed. When a leg is not,
Not as an adult though.
Hey, just to clarify here, when I mean by a leg up is both legs or a knee, no support.
Both your legs are on the back.
No, that's gay. If you have two legs up at any time during sex, it's gay. Let me just be clear.
I shall remain anonymous, but when I was very young, a Spanish woman, my first experience with a Spanish woman, she tried to lick my ass. In her trying to do that, she raised my leg up to try to get up underneath where that was.
See, I think that's a very natural story.
It was very
That
uncomfortable.
happens. Yeah.
It was very uncomfortable, and I never
wanted to be in that
never
again.
wanted to be in that position again of climbing the walls and having a woman chase me around trying to lick my ass. But she did put my leg up. It was very awkward and uncomfortable, and I felt like this is wrong. This should never happen again.
Yeah, see, now that's a natural story. But I have that same story with my child's mom when I was fucking 17 years old. And I was like, whoa, is this supposed to feel great? Because it doesn't. And this will never happen again. Bitch, get off of me. But, somehow, and again, let me go back to if you are getting head and you pick your leg up to rest it on the chick's back, that is a leg up. Just I want to have a point of reference so people are not confused when I say a leg up. But, right? A friend of mine.
This friend.
A friend of
Your
mine.
friend crazy.
I don't even know how that position happened, man.
Your friend doesn't know.
That's what he told me.
Yeah.
Did your friend initiate it or did she initiate it?
Well, that's just where it gets tricky. I don't think the friend ever initiated this. Oh, is that what happened? I think I know what happened, man.
You're now remembering the story?
But the problem here is, and you know what? I'll just go ahead and say it. It was a really great position, man. It was amazing. Like, that shit felt fucking wonderful. Like, we'll talk about it next week.
Hey.
We'll
Own your truth.
Joey, you didn't answer the question either.
I would say no apologies. If it felt great, then
It really felt good.
All right, let's.
Marissa, have you ever put a man's leg up?
I haven't put it up.
Marissa's done some
Yeah.
wild things, so this is where we're going to exit
Yeah.
this one.
Let's Get out of here.
Because I never want to talk about Marissa's sex life ever again on this podcast. Because I don't want her to get angry and cry inside, and all her fucking
all right, let's go.
days get mad, and all
Does
her
anyone have
mentors
a-
text her and say,
No,
"Oh, what are you doing? You're exposing too much."
Can we go?
Do you have?
Well, you can
is it
go.
over
I can
for?
still talk. I've been gone for 2 weeks. Get the fuck out of here. You don't want to be here. What happened?
Do you have a? Is it over for?
Yeah, it's over for you and Marissa ever doing this podcast again while I'm out of town. That will never happen again. So yeah, that's it. We'll talk. You know what? Next week, because we've put this off for too long. I a million years I said I was going to do this R&B bracket, and I do have the R&B albums, by the way, but I've been putting it off to see if there are any albums that I am forgetting. So next week I'm going to run down the list that I have, and you guys can help me if there are any classic R&B albums that I am forgetting, and we can get to the bottom of it. I've got about 69, 70 albums. I think I want to try to get to 96. So we'll get into that next week. I promise I will not forget. Yes, Rory, you look like you want to say something?
Yes, I know feminist Twitter is itching. It's getting really close to that holiday that they can't stand.
Father's Day.
For the one time in your estrogen-filled, bald-headed life, just let men have a day.
I hope
You
they
don't have
attack
to be the center of
fuck
attention. You
out
don't
of
have to
you.
say Happy Father's Day to all the single mothers out there. We can celebrate that on Mother's Day. Just give fathers a fucking day. You don't
this
have
is
to
our
be the
Rory
center
rant.
of fucking attention all the time. You don't have to be outraged. This isn't a misogynistic holiday. We're celebrating men. Yes, for 24 fucking hours. You can just be fucking quiet.
I like that Rory rant. I like that Rory rant if it is indeed from Rory and
I
not
did
Bill
that for
Burr.
Yeah, I'm sure he got it from Bill Burr.
If that's not from Bill Burr,
That I can guarantee you that's not from anyone but me.
well, you said that about the one that you stole from Bill
Yes.
Burr too.
Okay, go subscribe to Bill Burr and find that fucking rant.
I mean, you did say that about the one that you stole. So I mean, I don't know how I can take your word. But if that rant
I
is
100%
indeed
own that
from
entire rant.
Rory, I appreciate it. Women, I've had enough of you guys ruining Father's Day for
Feminist
all the
Twitter is
amazing
the
fathers
worst
out
fucking.
there.
You're
Yeah.
not the center of attention on Sunday.
You tell them, Rory.
Just be quiet.
All right, and we are out of here. Good to be back. I will talk to you guys next week. Goodbye.
Holla.
No. We don't. You were done. You've been done in this pod. You don't need to exit. You don't need a goodbye. Marissa, don't make.
I'm out.
All right, thank you very much. Bye, beautiful people. I will speak to you guys next week. Feels good to be back. I missed you all. Parks is still not here, but fuck it. We going. Joey, thank you. 1